Okay, in our last video, we were talking about counting money, and we looked at these 4 coins, and we learned a poem for each one. Today, we're just going to quickly review those poems, and then I'm going to teach you to play a great game called Collect 25 Cents, which you can play with somebody at your home. So the first quarter we learned about is the quarter. The quarter is the largest coin, and it's worth the most money. It's worth 25 cents, and it has George Washington on the front. And the poem goes, quarter, quarter, big and bold, you're worth 25, I am told. The next coin that we learned about was the dime. The dime is a small coin. It's worth 10 cents. And Mr. Roosevelt is on the front. And the poem goes, dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. So when you're counting dimes, you're just counting by tens. That's pretty simple. The next coin was the nickel. And on the front of the nickel was Thomas Jefferson. Remember, that was the thick, fat one. If you turn the nickel to the side, you'll see that it's a little bit thicker than the other ones. And the nickel poem goes, nickel, nickel, thick and fat, you're worth 5 cents, I know that. And then the final coin that we talked about was the penny. The penny has Abraham Lincoln on the front, and it's the coppery brown one. The poem goes, penny, penny, easily spent, copper brown and worth 1 cent. So these are the 4 coins we've been talking about. These are the front of the coins. When we're talking about coins, we call the front of the coin the head of the coin. You can see why, because you can see that each one has a head on it of the person that's on that coin. If you flip the coins over, the back of a coin is called the tail of a coin. You may have heard someone say before, let's flip a coin, and you can call heads or tails. That means heads or tails. The back is called the tail of the coin. On the back of the quarter, you can see the bald eagle, the symbol, the bird for our country. Here's the back or the tail of the dime. On the back of the nickel, you can see Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home. And then on the back of the penny is the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. for Mr. Lincoln. So those are the heads and the tails of the coins we've been learning. Now I'm going to teach you to play that great game I was talking about called Collect 25 Cents. I'm going to move these to the side. The only thing that you'll need to play this game is a pile of coins and a dot cube. So those are the only things that you'll need. Pretty simple. I bet you can find those things at your home. You and a partner will decide who goes first. So if you were my partner, you and I would talk about it, and let's pretend we decided that I was going to go first in the game. So what I would do is I would roll my dot cube, and let's see what I rolled. I rolled a 2. So I'm going to look in my pile of coins, and I'm going to take out 2 cents. What coins would I need to make 2 cents? I would need 2 pennies. So I would take my 2 pennies and put them in front of me, and then it would be your turn to play the game. So you would roll the dot cube, and you rolled a 3. That means you would look in the pile of coins and take out 3 cents. That would be 3 pennies. The goal of the game is to be the first person to collect 25 cents. And the fun part about this game is, instead of having lots and lots and lots of pennies, when you get 5 pennies, you could trade those in and take out a nickel. If you had 2 nickels, you could trade those in and take out a dime. So that's a good way for you to learn to count your money and to learn the value of coins and groups of coins. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to roll, and I roll a 5. Oh, there it is. So which coin is worth 5 cents? Do you remember? It's a nickel. So I'm going to find a nickel. And let's see how much money I have in all. I have a nickel, that's 5. And I'm going to count on 2 more because I have 2 more pennies. 5, 6, 7. I have 7 cents. I'm on my way to getting to 25. it would be your turn to roll next, and you rolled a 6. How do you make 6 cents? 6 cents would be a nickel, that's 5, and one more would be a penny. So let's see, we have our nickel, there's our nickel, and we have our penny, there's our penny. So let's see how much money you have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, you're very close to having 10 cents, only one more to go. Okay, it's Mrs. Wilson's turn. Let's see what I'm rolling. I rolled a 3. So that means I need to have 3 pennies. So I'm going to take 3 pennies from the pile. Now let's see how much money I have. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I have 10 cents. Now let's think about this. Could I trade this in? Instead of having a nickel and 5 pennies, that was in our book yet the last time that we did a lesson together. Instead of having a nickel and 5 pennies, I could trade that in for a dime, because a dime is also worth 10 cents. So I'm going to trade this in. That's 10 cents. And I'm going to take out a dime, because a dime is also worth 10 cents. So that makes it pretty simple. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's see what happens. 5. What would we take out for a 5? We would take out a nickel. Let's see if I can find one. There's a nickel. So I'm going to put this on your side, and let's see how much we have. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have 13 cents. I only have 10. So right now, you're the winner. But let's see if there's something we could trade in. I have 2 nickels, 5, 10. Ooh, I could trade those 2 nickels in and get myself a dime, because that's also worth 10. It's the same amount of money, we're just trading it in for a different coin. So you still have 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, Mrs. Wilson's turn. I rolled a 2. So I'm going to reach into the pile and I'm going to take out 2 pennies for 2 cents. Let's take a look. 10, 11, 12. Ooh, we're coming along. You have 13 though. You're still in the lead. All right, your turn, and you rolled a 5. Remember which coin is worth 5? It's the nickel. So I'm going to put this over here in the middle, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to say 10. Now I have to count by 5s. 15, 16, 17, 18. Ooh, we're getting very close to 25. My turn. I rolled a 4. I could take out 4 pennies, but if I'm thinking about trading my coins, 4 and 1 more makes 5. So I could take one of my pennies and the 4 I just rolled, 4, 5. And I could trade this in. Instead of having 5 pennies, I'll have a nickel. That's an easy way to do it. And so now I have 10, 15, 16, and you have 18. So you're still in the lead. You're still closer to 25. Your turn to roll. Ooh, you also rolled a 5. Fantastic. So we need another nickel, because that's 5 cents. Now let's take a look. You have 2 nickels here. 5, 10. Remember, we can trade those in for a dime, because a dime is also worth 10 cents. Let's take a look and see how much you have. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, you're so close to collecting 25 cents. You have 23. How many more do you need to make to 25? Put 23 in your head. How many jumps did you make to get to 25? Only 2 more cents. Wow. Okay, Mrs. Wilson's turn to roll. I rolled a 6. Okay, so I need 6 cents. Let's take a look. 5, 6. All right, let's add that to mine and see what we have. So I have 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. Could I trade in my 2 nickels for a dime? Sure. So I'm going to trade those in and take out a dime. I still have 10, 20, 21, 22. I just traded those 2 nickels in for a dime. So I have 22 cents. You have 23 cents. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, you rolled a 2. That's fantastic. So you would need 2 pennies, but let's take a look. 3 and 2 more. 3, 4, 5. That's 5 cents. So instead of taking out more pennies, I'm just going to take out a nickel because that's 5 cents. Let's take a look at what you have. 10, 20, 25. You collected 25 cents. So what would you need to do? What could you trade that in for? Instead of having 2 dimes and a nickel, you could trade that in and take out a quarter. Because remember, a quarter is worth 25 cents. And you won the game. You collected 25 cents. You got the quarter first. What a fun game to play. If you and your family play that game and you get really good at it, you could even change it to collect 50 cents for more of a challenge, or even collect $1. That would be really interesting to play. I hope you enjoy playing this with your family at home. I hope you're practicing sorting your coins and maybe some of those poems that we learned. Have a great time. Bye-bye.